Hakiwa listeners, let's learn sumo. I'm Clayton. Welcome to the podcast. This is day 7 and 8 of the March Grand Sumo Tournament. I hope you caught me on the Sunday morning sumo show with JJ as we did 2 hours of live sumo commentary with the top division. Always a lot of fun with Goose and JJ on the live stream. Let's have a bit of a recap of day 7. Yokozuna Hoshoryu faced Oho, dispatched him with relative ease. Good touchy eye that Oho slightly won. Hoshoryu got up under the arms, but uses his up and under on Oho's left shoulder to lift and push him back and throw him over sideways. Oho goes down at the bails. Yori Tayoshi, 6 wins for Hoshoryu. Aonishiki faced Atami Fuji, trying to keep his Yokozuna promotion chances alive, barely. Good touchy eye as Atami Fuji gets the better of it. Nodowa pushes Aonishiki back to the bails. Aonishiki fights back and pushes Atami back and across and almost has him on the bails. Aonishiki is fighting to pull Atami Fuji low. Atami Fuji is up under his arms. Aonishiki then tries to Kubanage quickly, but no effect as Atami Fuji has the right inside, left outside rear belt grip. Aonishiki gets a double opposite belt grip as well. Atami Fuji uses his grip to lift and push Aonishiki back to the bails as he struggles, but once he's on the bails, on his toes, Atami Fuji throws him down a Watanage, and that is the end of that rope run there. Kodazakura beat Fujinokawa with a pretty brutal pushdown as Fujinokawa made a bit of a blunder, tried to deflect the Ozeki, found himself pushed back to the bails at the receiving end of a pretty nasty hit. Oshi Tayoshi frontal pushdown there. Kirishima beat Hiradumi fairly easily. He moved to 6 wins there. Takayasu, he stayed in the lead pack with a win over Daisho, and a hit and shift to the left for Daisho as Takayasu nearly goes down. He recovered. They both started thrusting. Takayasu got around Daisho's body, charged him backwards to the bails where Daisho collided with the Gyoji with his back, pushed the Gyoji off into the alley. Lucky break as Daisho stays in. Takayasu chased, kept thrusting as Daisho goes around the bails and over. Takayasu moves to 6 wins. Takanosho also in the leading pack. He beat Ichi Yamamoto to move to 6 wins. Kota Shoho, he beat Oshoma to get to 6 wins, and Goniyama easily beat Ura for 6 wins. Big charge there. So, on to tonight's action, day 8 of the Grand Sumo Tournament. Aonishiki, he faced Takanosho. Now, Takanosho in the lead pack needs to beat the Ozeki. It was a good touchy eye. Takanosho and Aonishiki, they started thrusting at each other at arm's length. Takanosho put pressure on Aonishiki and then opens the door, steps back, and Aonishiki goes down forwards. Hataki Komi, as Takanosho gets 7 wins, moves into the lead. Hoshoryu, he faced Daisho tonight. Hoshoryu had a massive advantage over Daisho in the head-to-head, and perhaps he let that go to his head a little bit because it was a good touchy eye as Daisho thrust at him. Hoshoryu is on the back foot but fires on into a thrusting Daisho, throws his right arm around the neck of Daisho. Daisho twisted his body to escape the neck grip and retreats around the bails. Hoshoryu lined him up with a rugby tackle, fired forward, fully committed, but Daisho escaped backwards around the bails as Hoshoryu just misjudged the push-out attempt and fully committed himself to the throw, threw his body forward and goes down at the bails, misses Daisho completely. 6th Kinboshi for Daisho. Hoshoryu falls out of the lead group by 1, stays on 6 wins. Kirishima, he faced Takayasu in what was billed as the fight of the night. It didn't disappoint. Good touchy eye. Kirishima misses the belt, but Takayasu gets a right inside belt. They break. Kirishima deflects Takayasu before he gets a left inside belt on Taka. Kirishima then uses the belt grip to yank Takayasu Dashinage style, get in behind him with... Takayasu was just in the most awkward position, had his arm behind his body. Kirishima just couldn't take the opportunity to drive him forward a koridashi for the rear push out as Takayasu spun back around out of it. He gets himself a right inside belt grip. Kirishima was staying low as they lock up. Now, Kirishima tried to pull and trip and tried to pull Takayasu, but it all came to no effect. They locked up and Eventually, Kirishima tried to use the belt and put his leg out to put Takayasu in front for a push out, but Takayasu, he was against the bales sideways, but he was holding. They move as Kirishima's looking for opportunity. Takayasu then converted to a left belt grip before Kirishima changed to a double inside body grip on Takayasu. Now they're fairly low at this point, and Kirishima then used it to pull Takayasu over to his left down to the dirt. It was a really good move. Tsukunage, beltless arm throw. Kirishima wins the battle of the 6 wins. He moves to the lead pack at 7. Takayasu stays on 6 wins with Hoshoryu. Another in the lead pack, Koroshoho. He faced Hakano Fuji. It was a good touchy eye. Koroshoho gets a hand on the back of a charging Hakano Fuji's shoulder and deflects him off to his right. Hakano Fuji is too committed, fires over the bales. A Kurodashi rear push out for Koroshoho, who also moves to 7 wins. Another in the lead pack, Goniyama, having a good week. He faced the Kazakh, the big long thruster, Kimbozan. Goniyama just charged at the touchy eye through the Nodowa of Kimbozan, fired him back and over the bales, Oshidashi. Goniyama moves to 7 wins. Atami Fuji beat Wakataka Kage, got hold of his arm Kimidashi style, and then used it to Kotenage Wakataka Kage down to the ground. 5 wins for Atami Fuji, not doing too bad. Wakamoto Haru, he avoided his Makekoshi losing record tonight with a win over Tsurunumi. He also got hold of Tsurunumi's charging arm, used it for a Kotenage arm lock, and blasted Tsurunumi back over the bales. Yoshino Fuji, well, he blasted Fujinokawa back and over the bales. Fast, furious, and effective. 4 wins, Yoshino Fuji. So the Yusho race is still wide open. The Yokozuna run, it is over for Aonishiki with another loss tonight. No Kachikoshi, no Makikoshi just yet, but I suspect we will see some tomorrow. Join me again, folks. Hakioi, let's learn sumo.